Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Breaking news. Matt Hardy, broken Matt Hardy, and brother Nero, Jeff Hardy, has left TNA. And another big star in TNA has also left by the name of Drew Galloway, also known as Drew McIntyre. And an update on the future of TNA and the battle on whoever owns the broken gimmick over Matt Hardy. Let's get into it. TNA Wrestling has made a lot of questionable decisions over the years, but by far their latest decisions are considered to be insane, and it could very well spell the end of the company if things are not changed soon. But why are these decisions being made? It has been reported all over the place by now that both Matt and Jeff Hardy have left TNA. The reason due to a contract dispute, where they both disrespected and absolutely stunned at how horrible the company treated them toward the end. Now this makes absolutely no sense to me, because Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, they've carried TNA for many years since they left the WWE to TNA. This wrestling show, okay, has been falling to the ground for the past few years, and Matt and Jeff has given it at least a glimpse of chance to survive and actually keep it as a wrestling promotion. So I don't see why they would disrespect one of their key stars in TNA. Meanwhile, former TNA World Champion and Impact Grand Champion Drew Galloway also left the company recently. It was rumored all three were leaving for months, but it was not due to be being courted by WWE or any other organization. The rumors are true that there is interest elsewhere, but all of the wrestlers involved tried to negotiate a new deal. Yet for some reason, Anthem Sports and Entertainment, the new owners of TNA Wrestling, took forever to get with the talent on their new deals. It was then that Hardy brothers ran into problems where Rebby Hardy, Matt's wife, claimed. I'm going to talk about that after. Let me just talk about Drew Galloway quickly. So yeah, Drew Galloway was a big star in TNA Impact Wrestling. He was the Impact Grand Champion. Obviously, they're gonna write him off as Impact Grand Champion because he has now left, and TNA doesn't go live. It's pre-recorded when it airs on television. Well, when Drew Galloway was in WWE, he was known as Drew McIntyre. He got a massive push when he first came into the WWE around 2010, 2009. He became the Intercontinental Champion very quickly, but after that, his career just went downhill in the WWE. Drew just became a jobber. He became a big jobber, went into that three-man band stable with Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal, which was an absolute joke. So I'm going to go on to what Rebby Hardy claimed, the wife of Matt Hardy. The rumors are true. We didn't get the contract until 5 days before, but it was a note of contention for Matt and Jeff. It got to the point where it was coming down to the wire, and it was almost like we were being bullied into signing them. It's something that guys like Matt and Jeff, who have been in the business forever, have never had to deal with. And that's what she's talking about, is contracts. This was in response to people asking if the rumors of the Hardys leaving TNA were true, which of course came before Matt Hardy's official note of departure via Twitter. The unit was basically bullied into signing new deals, which was absolutely stunning to see. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, Ed Nordholm, the executive VP of Anthem, told the lawyer of the Hardys after the lawyer informed Ed of interest from other companies. Well, let them go to WWE then. Oh my gosh. What? You have the nerve to tell the Hardy Boys, after all they've done for Impact Wrestling, okay? You just bought the company a few months ago, and you will say, well, let them go to WWE then? That is total disrespect. Do you know what the Hardy Boys have done for this business, for Impact Wrestling? If the Hardys were not there, Impact wouldn't even be Impact Wrestling. They'll be cancelled a long time ago. When Matt Hardy reinvented himself as this broken gimmick and then introduced Jeff Hardy as Brother Nero, this was a great fresh start to Impact Wrestling of a dying wrestling show. And then you just bought the company and you know nothing about wrestling, and then you're gonna tell them, well, let them go to WWE then? What an insult. If I was Matt and Jeff, I wouldn't sign the contract and I'll go straight to WWE. Do you know how excited Vince McMahon will be to sign Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy? Do you know how much money that is? Do you know how much money that is? Do you know how much main event tickets he's selling? Do you know those great promos, the great matches they can put on? And the also thing that's valuable about Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy is that they can also be used as single stars. I do not know who this man is, but he has the cheek to say, well, I'm not to go to WWE then. He's stupid. He is stupid. This set Jeff Hardy off, and that was when he refused to sign with TNA. I completely agree with Jeff Hardy there. From there, Matt Hardy still tried to make things work out with the company, but when he finally got an offer from them, it included not only a 2-year deal when he asked for one, but it also included a 10% stake in all of the money Matt made on the independent scene while he was under the TNA deal. Absolute disrespect. So you'd rather take away money from Matt Hardy for working independent scenes, just have him on Impact. If I was Impact Wrestling, I'll say you can work on the independent scenes. You can work on the indies. Do you know why? Because you're making us money. How ridiculous. He asked for 1 year. You're going to force him to make a 2-year deal. I do not blame Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. But Jeff Hardy is that fired up one. He was not accepting straight away. This was a clause they tried to sneak in, but was obviously found by Hardy's lawyer. The reason for these sudden departures does have a lot to do with the contract Anthem wants to offer, which many of the wrestlers who are attempting to re-sign do not like. Most any who are up for a re-signing point are considering a move. In fact, the latest to leave are both Marie and Mike Bennet. Oh my, what? I actually did not know that. Maria and Mike Bennet have left TNA as well. This show is in shambles. This company is in absolute shambles. Two of the newest stars to TNA Wrestling. Most thought that TNA was trying to do away with the older talent by offering them lowball or insulting deals, even getting to them late on them. So Matt Bennet and Maria are now gone. Matt Bennet, great in-ring star. Great. We've seen that on TNA. And now he's also gone from TNA. Wow. However, Bennet is a young wrestler who still has a long career ahead with a wife who has WWE ties and can draw interest due to it. According to Daily Wrestling News, Anthem is attempting to discontinue the TNA name under their ownership and Jeff Jarrett's return. So I think they want to remove TNA. I don't know for what reason, to make it a new show, a new company, but I don't see any new things, new detail being added to Impact Wrestling apart from a logo and new management. But you're forcing your great talent on your show that's actually making up Impact and you're running them away. This makes no sense to me. There's no word on what the new name will be. However, but the thought is that it could be a nice reset to the company going forward. No, I don't think so. I do not think so. There are also plans to get younger with the TNA roster, which makes sense, but also loses star power in the process. Matt Hardy, as well as brother Jeff Hardy, helped to pretty much run TNA last year. Exactly what I just said. Not only were they slapped in the face with his hard work, but were also not given the courtesy of dropping their titles on TNA TV. Ridiculous. Exactly. That's just no respect by Anthem, Jeff Jarrett, whoever owns TNA now. That's no respect. So you didn't even have Jeff and Matt drop the titles on TNA. You're just going to remove it like nothing happened when everyone knows about it. That's just ridiculous. Matt tried to negotiate a short-term deal that would allow he and Jeff to come in and drop the tag titles and write off their characters, but TNA management wouldn't allow it. Ridiculous. TNA is stupid. It will be interesting to see what happens at the next set of television tapings coming up soon. It's not really going to be interesting after this. I was quite enjoying TNA, but now after this, they've got no talent. With Bennett leaving, it means that TNA is most likely offering deals even a newer star does not find to be fair for the work put in. While veterans like Galloway and the Hardys might get offers but are considered high for an indie star coming in, they find it not to be up to their worth due to their position, and it makes sense for them to turn TNA down. Absolutely agree with Galloway and Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Thumbs up to you, lot. I'm Mike Bennet and Maria. Go off into the sunset, find a better wrestling company, go to WWE, and I'm sure another wrestling company will treat you better. Meanwhile, a wrestler like Bennet, who could be huge for TNA the next number of years, was not willing to accept the terms offered to him. I agree with him. This means that there is clearly something going on with Anthem and TNA management that may result in seeing them become a place no star wants to end up on. Yep, it's a very bad impersonation of TNA and Impact Wrestling. On top of this, many will begin to consider TNA to be a televised indie company before too long. Considering their recent actions without stars, there is a thought that ratings will slide hard down soon. It's already begun to happen. It has already begun to happen. So we'll talk about that. But guess what? We are not done here. Now we've got some more news, okay? Matt Hardy may not be able to use the broken gimmick if he signs with WWE. Oh my gosh, here we go. TNA still giving Matt Hardy problems. Still giving Matt and Jeff Hardy problems. Oh my gosh. Oh. Whew. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. As this speculation about the Hardy Boyz returning to the WWE in time for WrestleMania wasn't running rampant already. It was kicked up several notches in the wake of Monday's news. It's been noted that Vince McMahon was planning something major for this year's WrestleMania, and rumors have circulated that an appearance from Matt and Jeff Hardy would count as that surprise, but it's difficult to ascertain whether there had been any contact between both parties prior to their contracts expiring. This is what Matt Hardy tweeted on his Twitter page. He still has respect for the business even though they've disrespected him. My stint with Impact Wrestling was delightful. Exceptional talent and locker room. A great respectful team that worked hard in rough times. I wish Impact Wrestling all the best going forward, especially the industrial talent. I hope they're all treated with respect and fairness. I have never been more awake. The creative renaissance is merely beginning. Anything is possible in my hashtag broken universe. ... Anything. That's what he had to say. So now we're going to see why Galloway did not sign a new deal. Galloway claimed that he didn't re-sign because Impact Wrestling officials waited until his contract expired rather than proposing an extension beforehand, and thus he felt somewhat disrespected. Agree with him. Why not get that out of the way before? Why wait until it was actually expired? So he felt disrespected, saying that they don't need him. They're just going to do it for the sake of him. What's most noteworthy about the Hardys not returning to TNA is that unlike many other superstar contracts, they did not have no compete clauses in their deals, meaning they could show up with any other promotion at any time moving forward. The overwhelming feeling is that both Matt and Jeff Hardy will make their triumphant returns to WWE, but that is far from confirmed at this point. There is one potential hang-up, however, which could certainly be considered significant at this juncture. According to a new report, Matt may not be able to use his broken Matt Hardy gimmick outside of Impact Wrestling. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Apparently, there are ownership issues regarding the gimmick, and there is quite a bit of confusion about who owns the character. Impact, come on. Come on. You let go of Matt Hardy because of your stupidity, and then you want to own the broken gimmick? Bruh. According to Impact Wrestling, all creations are intellectual property that belongs to the company. Matt Hardy still retains ownership of the name and the character, but as of now, that would mean nothing if he isn't able to portray the broken character on WWE television. Matt Hardy created the character, but since it appeared on TNA television, they own the rights to it. But that's ridiculous. It just says Matt Hardy made it. Matt Hardy decided to do it, but TNA will not claim they own it. No way. It wouldn't be such a big deal because if the Hardys were to return to WWE, he could simply revert back to the old role he played during his time there. No. We don't want to see him go back to that old role. We want to see Matt Hardy be broken Matt Hardy. We don't want to see anyone else. However, outside of the Bullet Club in New Japan, the broken Matt Hardy gimmick is arguably the most over thing in wrestling that isn't under the WWE umbrella. In years past, WWE officials would prefer to create their own styles and gimmicks, but they've softened their stance lately. The most recent examples of this are AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Gallows and Anderson, Samoa Joe, and others. Guys who created a reputation elsewhere, and then the WWE capitalized on it once they signed. Broken Matt Hardy is a brilliant character and one that the WWE would certainly benefit from. What would definitely be interesting moving forward is how the Hardys and WWE negotiate if they decide to move forward with discussions. Matt Hardy had created control of his character in TNA, and part of the reason they didn't re-sign is that Impact officials weren't willing to put that in writing in a new contract, which is ridiculous, as I talked about that before. They told him they'd be willing to let him continue with creative control, but wouldn't make it official on paper. So you're not going to give the man trust after what he's done for your company for the past few years and reinvented himself as a totally new person. Makes a lot of sense, TNA. WWE is extremely unlikely to offer that to Matt or Jeff Hardy or anyone else for that matter. But only two stars Vince McMahon ever gave full creative control to were Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan, and both times it ended poorly. This is just the beginning of the Hardy Boyz story and certainly worth following as WWE embarks on their road to WrestleMania. The Hardys are scheduled to face the Young Bucks for Ring of Honor the day before Mania. The Ring of Honor event hails from Lakeland, which is only an hour drive from Orlando, the site of this year's WrestleMania, so travel concerns would be negligible. No, I don't know how to say that. I'm very sorry. But that is all the news about Matt Hardy not being able to use the broken gimmick outside of TNA, and especially in WWE. A disrespectful Anthem owner will let them go to WWE then. This is a big video. I decided to make one long video, one big video talking about Impact Wrestling itself, not so much about WWE. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video because this is just ridiculous news though. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Tell me if you agree with me or not. As well, the comment section is your opinion. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I do not know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button now. I don't know what you're waiting for more quality videos like this. And I'll see you tomorrow for Talk is Cheap, episode 7, part number 1. We've got a lot of news for you all here tomorrow on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on